Welcome, everybody. We'll get started here in just a second. Thanks for joining on to our part 2 of our series. We're going to give people a little more time to jump in here, but we'll start shortly. Nice to see some familiar faces, partners here as well. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you guys. Okay, we'll probably give it another 30 seconds and we'll get started here. I see some people still jumping into the webinar. I appreciate you. And nice to see some customers as well as prospects. Great. All right, so let's get started with today's webinar. Today's webinar is another part of our series, part 2 of a 4-part series of our AI Agility Intelligence product. This is a bundled product with 4 different components. We're going to go through each week one of the new components, and you can ask questions and see everything that we're about. Today, last week, we did the AI Agility Interpreter for those of you that missed it. It is recorded and is up on the WiSys YouTube channel for SAP Business One. Today's webinar is the Agility AI Agent, and we'll go over all that today. And then the next 2 in the series are the AI Packing and the AI Fusion Production Scheduler the final week. So some good opportunity for you to see those products that WiSys is introducing for AI. The AI Agent is the component we're going to discuss today, and this is the longest standing component that we've been testing in beta. This is our natural language speaking component, just like the other agents you may see with Google and Apple. WiSys has incorporated an agent into the Agility Explorer desktop application, so you'll be able to natural query items from a grid within that within the result set, and then you can create graphs or text and export that information to a Excel or a chart or a notepad or a Word document there for further use. So we're going to show you a little bit more about that. We're going to go through each step of that so you can see how that works today. The next episode of the series is going to be on Agility AI Packing, so stay tuned for that one. We'll show you how to pack more efficiently, more accurately, and give optimization into AI there with that. And then last but not least, the Agility AI Fusion Production Scheduler. This is going to be our standalone solution for production scheduling within SAP Business One. So as we continue, give me one second here. Excuse me, I got a little tickle. So you'll see those as the next coming attractions to the next series. Let's get into the demonstration of the AI Agent product. The AI Agent runs exclusively with the use of Agility Explorer Desktop, which you should have on your desktop computer that you typically run our grids and graphs, our grids and process grids here within SAP Business One. And you'll notice here on the right-hand side, automatically when opening, the WiSys AI Agent will pop up. This agent is where I'm going to type in information to ask questions, natural language about the queries or the grids that I have open. And that little button here for AI Agent can be realized at the top of the ribbon bar. And I can uncheck that or check that to hide it or bring it to the front. So with that being said, I can open any one of the grids that I have on my left-hand menu side here. I can bring those up and I can bring a specific grid. Now you may have tailored your own grids, which is important because you can use those tailored grids. The main focus of the AI Agent will be on the actual grid that I have opened up in the center of my Agility Explorer. So the natural language querying is going to happen based on the information in the specific grid that I have today. And you'll notice, this is familiar to you guys, that you may have open and closed orders. This is my sales order grid, and my child graph shows the information within that line item, right? So I have my master grid here, and I can expand and I can move it. As usual, I can sort, I can filter, I can filter by customer here. Well, what the AI agent is giving me the power to do, it's giving me the power to ask it questions to return a result set based on that grid in the middle. So for example, I can ask it a question here. How many open orders does Maxi Tech have? Right, very simple. I can misspell it. I can, I don't have to be perfect with my spelling, but I'm going to ask it a specific question here of how many orders does Maxi Tech have, right? And I forgot to write have, but it's going to actually go out and query this information. Now, this will work with other languages. So if your default language is Spanish, it will work with Spanish, right? Or French. Whatever language you type in here it will understand that using the AI technology and return your result set. Now, like I said before, why does it ask for the information from the grid in the middle? So just like what you have set up for Agility Explorer today, there are roles and rules set. I can only see what I can work on. So being focused on this middle grid, the grid that I have open, that I have access to, is going to allow me to not go outside of my bounds of my security, right? So my role, my user that I have, can only focus on the options that I have in Agility Explorer. So you'll see a return to result set of Maxi Tech has 117 open orders. Great, it's returned that result. I can ask it additional questions. Who are my top 5 customers with open orders in a pie chart, right? So I'm asking it questions throughout the entire process, and I can refine those questions as I move along in the process. Now, this is going to take a second to go out to AI, think about it, come back and return that result set to me. So it's great. I can also continually ask it additional questions to refine it. So here is a pie chart of those top 5 customers with orders. And I can open that up and I can expand that view here and pull that out so I can actually see the entire graph, and I can maximize that to the screen if I want to, right? And I can export this picture, copy and paste it into another field, but they're showing me my top 5 customers there based on the questions that I asked it, right? So really cool. I can take data and make it presentable to me. Where this technology is really applicable, imagine if you don't have a full team of report writers or SAP professionals and you're a controller or a CFO. I know the questions that I want to ask it, but I really don't know how to formulate the script or the report to do that. This is going to give me the opportunity to make decisions and refine those decisions based on the questions I asked it, right? So with any grid here, so this is my sales order grid, I can actually open up my inventory grid here and show you another example. So under inventory, I want to go to my inventory workspaces. And this is going to give me a view of all my inventory in my SAP system, right? So this is actually going to give me all my items in my item master and any of the information that's important to me, which I've built in this grid in this set right here, right? Now, in this new grid, I want to ask it a new question. I can refresh the AI data here by clicking that box and say, what items, how many items do I have in warehouse 01, right? And I can ask it a question based on what items are in my warehouse. I could drill even further into that. Maybe it's minimum stock level quantities. Do I have enough to fulfill my orders? Do I have enough in there for minimum stock levels? I can ask it questions based on any language, natural language that I speak into that to present and then return result set here. Now, this is the beta version. This is the first step of the product. This is what we're thinking of where this product is headed. And this is a logical first step, is being able to return result sets from a grid. The intentions are to constantly improve the product from your feedback as customers utilizing the product. And you'll see the answer I received here in Warehouse 01, you have total of items. Well, what are my top 5 items in by quantity in Warehouse 05? Right, again, refining the questions. The question previously is refining it even further and bringing me back a more detailed result for you to do. So this is the agentic AI solution that WiSys is introducing, part of your beta trial now, which you can take advantage of and utilize it to return results like this in a natural language manner. We can see now that the top 5 items by quantity in Warehouse 05 are granulated sugar, fine bulk sugar, large marshmallows, chili peppers, and they have the quantities in units represented here. So very easily getting the information that's important to me. And again, I may not be that technically sound or be a report writer, but I have the questions that I want to ask it. I know what I want to achieve. And by using that, I can ask any questions to any of the grids within WiSys or even the custom grids that you have and get that information very easily there. Do we have any questions that I can answer? I mean, I like to take questions and understand what you are looking for. If there's questions about it, I can take those questions right now. If anybody has any, I'd really hopefully like to answer those. This is typical AI solution that a lot of companies are putting out there. This is really centric around WMS, supply chain, and our product. And I only see this growing and expanding in the capabilities coming forward with WiSys, right? Let's go back to the PowerPoint right here. So if you'd like to try it out, you have the capability of using the product. We do have extensive documentation that we're going to present, right? So you will have the availability to see documentation on this product. WiSys' new documentation website will facilitate that for you. Well, okay, you like the WiSys AI, you'd like to try it out, you'd like to see how it works for you. There's some things that you need to do. You need to be on current code. You can have the assistance of WiSys to help you out with our support team. You can upgrade your test environment, your sandbox environment to this new version 571.1. This will give you the components for the AI products. All 4 are the ones that we're looking at in our webinar series, right? So you can coordinate with that WiSys support and services. Maybe you're working with a consultant today, reach out to them and say, hey, I'd like to try the AI. The next step after updating will be an AI key needs to be generated. So we'll give you an AI key once updated. We'll insert that into your system so you can use the WiSys AI servers to do that. Again, if you want to talk more in depth about this, if you want to discuss more about the AI agentic or AI agent that you've seen today, we can have discussions, and feedback is the ultimate goal of our process today. This is why we're in beta. This is why we're looking for feedback on this product. So very easy, very simple, natural language speaking, AI agent bringing back a return a result set that can be refined by you. Our next webinar is going to be on the box packing next Thursday at 2 p.m. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. We'll be happy to show you the next solution, and hopefully you learned a lot today. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you all. Appreciate you.